Hi everyone, my name is Claire Stabile and welcome to my third book critique. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture with me and the books from this book critique as I've been retrieving my books online because my public libraries are still closed due to the pandemic. But I decided to use this picture of me and my dog Glennie instead. The theme of my third book critique is going to be courage and bravery. So my first book and featured text is Henry's Freedom Box. And the author is Ellen Levine. The reading levels 1st through 5th, award Catacott, and the genre is fiction. And so this is the story about a real man named Henry Box Brown who lives in the 1800s in the United States. And he was basically born a slave. And like all slaves, he wanted to escape to freedom, he wanted to escape to freedom, and his wife and kids were taken from him and they were sold. So at one point he was very sad because he knew that he wouldn't be able to see them ever again. And he talked to two people to try to help him escape. So basically this book is about Henry's life during slavery and his journey on how he escapes to freedom. One of my favorites. And so the first lesson plan that I have is a 3rd grade language arts lesson plan with the Common Core State Standard. Acquire and use accurately grade-appropriate conversational, general academic, and domain-specific words and phrases, including those that signal spatial and temporal relationships. So before reading the story, I would ask the students to look at the cover of the story, and I would ask them what they see. I would ask them to take out their journals and write down what they predict how Henry finds freedom. And as the students read, I would also introduce certain vocabulary to them. And then once we finish, I would split them up in groups of 2 or 3, depending on the amount of students in the class, and have them discuss each word that I would give them, and then have them write it down in Padlet. And so I will go ahead and show you. This is the list of vocabulary words that I would have each group look at. And let me go ahead and show you the Padlet link that I would have them. So it says Henry's Freedom Box vocabulary, and they would create their own. I have an example right here to include your vocab term as the title and then write down the definition of the term right there. So that would be an example of what I would have them do. And so for my second lesson plan, it is a 5th grade history lesson plan following the Common Core Standard. Explain the relationships or interactions between 2 or more individuals, events, ideas, or concepts in a historical, scientific, or technical text based on specific information in the text. So before reading, I would tell the students I would basically give them a brief overview on the story, and then I would ask them what they know about the Underground Railroad. And then I would have the students do a quick activity with their elbow partner with using text to self, text to world, and text to text. And then afterwards, I would have the students take a comprehension quiz to test their knowledge, and I would have them actually do a Kahoot quiz that I went ahead and created for them. Here I also included the link, but here's a little overview. There's about 8 questions, I believe. Just some comprehension questions on the story. So then we have the second book, and it is Brave Irene. This is about a little girl who wants to help her mom deliver a dress that she made for a duchess to wear later that night. And her mother isn't feeling too well, so Irene is brave and decides to make the journey through a snowstorm to deliver the dress. And so it's by author William Steig. Reading level pre-K through 2nd. Award is a Young Reader's Choice Award, and the genre is realistic fiction. And then the third book I have is Make Way for Ducklings by Robert McCloskey. Reading level 2nd through 5th. Catacott Award, and the genre is picture book and fiction. So this is about a family of ducks, about their journey to get to the Boston Public Gardens, as the parents thought that this was the best place to live. And so in the end, after crossing the busy streets of Boston, they all arrive safely. This one is Call It Courage. The author is Armstrong Sperry, reading level 4 through 8th. The award is a Newbery Award, and it is fiction. And so Call It Courage is about a 15-year-old boy named Mafutu who conquers his fear of the ocean or the sea. He takes his dog Uri as a companion, and he goes out to the sea, and it's basically about his journey of bravery and his adventure at sea. And this last book is Nana in the City, author Lauren Castillo, reading level 1st through 5th, Caldecott Award, and the genre is fantasy fiction. Nana in the City is about a young boy who spends the night with his Nana, who shows him where she lives in the city. And the little boy notices that the city is very noisy, but Nana gives him a special red cape so he can be brave, and it's about his adventure with Nana and how he becomes a courageous boy in the city. And so here are my resources, and I hope you enjoy.